Is mine bigger than yours?
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Dude.
I thought so. All right. I thought it was big. Okay.
It's so long.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Yeah!
Welcome back to the Barbells and Trails podcast, episode 70,
Oh, it is 70.
Thanksgiving edition.
Yes, sir.
We're here, and it is the week
Eating-
of the food day.
Food day?
Yeah. What do you? So,
I don't know if I would call it food day. But okay.
eating day.
Oh, Diesel joining.
Oh, we got
Hey, we got him again.
a guest.
He's probably looking for food now.
Yeah,
since, it's
we did
Thanksgiving.
mention food.
Yep.
What's up, dude?
Do you want food? Huh?
All right. Well, I guess he's hanging out.
Maybe.
As you can tell, it's Thanksgiving, and we're
It is.
pilgrims.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
Look at
wearing a
us.
big old hat.
I'm looking like,
You're looking like what?
I don't know. I was about to say good 9 inches.
More than that, but yeah. Dude, I think we look great. I
Oh,
think
I think so. I
the
think-
first pilgrims would be proud.
I think we look like the most sexiest pilgrims.
I think so too.
Yep.
I think we get along pretty well with
I
them.
think your socks match your outfit so well too.
I think so.
That's so great.
Yeah, they use knee-high socks, right?
They definitely had, a key and
Yeah, they know what those are.
barn
It's a real estate sign. But
for sale.
so, this is our Thanksgiving edition podcast. We're going to talk about things all Thanksgiving-y
Yes.
when it comes to
Thanksgiving.
stories, facts, the history of Thanksgiving, what foods that we love to eat, all of the above, and obviously goes along with our outfits.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
You hungry?
So, what?
It's Thanksgiving.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I just ate.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, Thanksgiving, eating so much in 2 days.
Well, technically, this will come out Wednesday, so
Yeah.
Thanksgiving will be tomorrow.
It will
So-
be tomorrow. So I thought we'd go over doing a little history lesson.
Ooh, okay. Yes, teacher. I'm
they
ready.
might click off. Basically about the history of Thanksgiving. All right, let's rock and roll. This is learn how Thanksgiving has evolved from its religious roots as Spanish and English day of feasting and prayer and become a football watching, parade watching, gut filling event it is today.
Okay.
It all started in 1541 when Spanish explorers first held their feast. English settlers weren't the first to celebrate Thanksgiving feast on the American soil. According to the Texas Society, Daughters of American Colonists, the very first Thanksgiving was observed by Spanish explorers. Francisco Vázquez de Coronado, accompanied by 1,500 men in full armor, Coronado left Mexico City in 1540 and marched north in search of gold. And as the company camped in Palo Duro Canyon in 1541, Padre Fray one day called for a feast of prayer and thanksgiving, beating out the Plymouth Thanksgiving by 79 years. So what we were taught in school was actually wrong. It wasn't the first Thanksgiving. It wasn't the Plymouth Pilgrims. So you're telling me we should be dressed up as Spaniards right now? We're wrong. Oh.
Yes, yeah.
I
I think I actually heard about that, yeah.
How did I not hear about this?
you
So
went to
technically it
public school, I
says that a second Texas town claims to have been the real site of the first Thanksgiving in America. And it was in 1598. A wealthy Spanish dignitary named Juan de Anote was granted lands among the Pablo Pablo Indians.
I can't see. Sure.
We'll say Indians in the American Southwest. He decided to blaze a new path directly across the Chihuahua Desert. That is true. To reach the Rio Grande. His party of 500 soldiers, women, and children barely survived the harrowing journey, nearly dying of thirst and exhaustion when they reached the river. 2 horses reportedly drank so much water their stomachs burst.
That sounds like a good thing.
That sounds like a good time. And then 10 days after, they rested and recuperated near the modern-day San Alzarno, Texas, they decided to have a feast of thanks, which is been described in his journal. We built a great bonfire and roasted meat and fish, and then we all sat to basically celebrate life. And they were happy for their travels were over, and happy passengers in the ark that they saw the dove returning from an olive branch. So, I guess that's the first two Thanksgivings that I was unaware about. It's not.
I didn't know about the second one.
Yeah, so it's not until, basically, August 9th of 1607, where colonists and Native Americans first feasted in Maine, and this comes around the first Thanksgiving actually shared with Native Americans, and the English colonists at Fort St. George, basically embezzled for a harvest feast and prayer meeting of the Abakani Indians of Maine. I hope I pronounced that right. But some historians claim that the Spanish founders of St. Augustine, Florida, share a festive meal with native Timucua people when their ships came ashore back in 1565. Why do I not know about the real Thanksgiving? I feel like an idiot.
I don't know.
I mean, did you know any of that?
Well, I kind of remember like the very first one. Oh.
Yeah, I know of like Plymouth, Massachusetts.
No, I mean like the Spanish names you couldn't say.
Oh, really?
That one. But I mean I've heard of it, but in all reality, like, who really cares who was the first Thanksgiving, I guess? I mean, I guess, like, historians, yes. And, I mean, I do care, but just, like, it was then. And if they were the first people to have Thanksgiving, then good for them.
I would have. I don't think I was ever taught that. I never knew. So, yeah, it's not until November of 1621 for the Plymouth feasts that we all know about.
Yeah.
And according to American tradition, this is when Thanksgiving originally began. And according to a letter from the Plymouth colonists, Edward Wilson, dated December 11th, 1621, the colonists wanted to celebrate their first good crop of corn and barley, grown in the generous assistance of the native Wampanoag Indians. And that is our original story.
Yeah.
Is
there another one?
So this gets into as things kind of changed. Basically, during the Revolutionary War, a group of Boston patriots published a pointedly anti-British proclamation for a day of public Thanksgiving throughout Massachusetts colony to be held on November 23rd, 1775. So they basically, from what it states, during the Revolutionary War, as an anti-British propaganda, they said, you know what? Let's feast against the British. I don't know.
Why not?
Yeah. Be like, yeah, look at all the corn we have here.
Yay.
I mean, I don't.
That was a sad
That's
statement.
a very
that
weird.
was so sad.
Yeah, that's the very interesting turn of events I was not expecting. It wasn't until possibly that basically about December of 1777 that the 13 colonies celebrate a Thanksgiving. They basically did it to celebrate the victory of the American Continental Forces over the British in the Battle of Saratoga. And the Commander-in-Chief, George Washington, called for Thursday, December 18th, to be set aside for solemn thanksgiving and praise. It was the first time that all 13 colonies celebrated a day of Thanksgiving in unison.
Good for you, Washington. Good for you.
So it's actually been moved around quite a bit. I didn't realize it was in December at one point.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, George Washington in 1789, now serving as the first president of the United States, took Congress's recommendation to call for a national day of Thanksgiving and prayer in gratitude for the end of the Revolutionary War. Washington observed the holiday by attending church and then donated money and food to prisoners and debtors in New York City jails. So I had no idea that basically that's how that went.
Yeah, that is interesting actually.
So wow, actually there's a lot about Thanksgiving I guess I was never taught. I didn't know that George Washington.
I knew George Washington like made it Thursday for Thanksgiving, but
Well, it officially was not
officially it wasn't, right?
It was not a national holiday until Lincoln. To a country torn apart by civil war, President Lincoln proclaims that the last Thursday of November to be Thanksgiving's Day,
Wonder why.
according to Hales Longstrom's wish. And this is this is a very long speech. I was gonna read what he said.
Skim through it.
Okay, so he says, I do therefore invite my fellow citizens in every part of the United States to set apart and observe the last Thursday of November next as a day of thanksgiving and praise to our beneficent fathers who dwelt in the heavens, and fervently implore the prospection of the Almighty hand to heal the wounds of the nation and to restore it as soon as may be consistent with the divine purposes to the full enjoyment of peace, harmony, tranquility, and union. Do I sound like Abe Lincoln at all?
I'm sorry.
Are you laughing at my hat?
Yes.
Stop laughing at my hat. He doesn't like my hat.
It's just huge. You want to trade?
How big is it?
It's huge. Trade me.
Well, I typically don't give away my bigness very often.
Do you know one trade? I just want you to see how big this is.
Okay. Wait a second. It is very large.
It's so big.
Yeah, what? Okay. Why is yours? Wait, why is it so massive? What? Has it always been that big?
Yes.
I don't.
That's why I'm still laughing over here.
I was wondering why.
I just can't concentrate.
Wow. I guess we'll lead off with the two things that lead into the what is happening?
Shit.
What is happening? The basically towards the modern day Thanksgiving. So it wasn't until the first Thanksgiving football game wasn't until November 30th of 1876. I didn't even realize football was that old. I didn't think that was invented until later on. Okay, that's interesting. It was between Princeton and Yale.
Oh.
Wow. And the American football was in its infancy, but the sport of Thanksgiving tradition quickly caught on. By 1893, 40,000 spectators showed up to watch the Princeton and Yale Thanksgiving game in New York.
Damn.
Princeton and Yale had the first football teams, and the main time they played was for Thanksgiving.
That's kind of cool.
I had no idea. And then the first Macy's Day Parade was started in 1924. And it was launched its first ever Thanksgiving parade. That's amazing. It was originally called the Christmas Parade, so they changed it. I guess that makes sense because Christmas is still a little ways away, but
You're right.
Santa's at the end. You know, you gotta wait. Santa's coming, dude. FDR moved the date of Thanksgiving. I guess I did not realize that.
Oh. Why did he?
So in 1939, Thanksgiving was set to fall on November 30th, leaving only 24 shopping days until Christmas. Fearing that the shortened Christmas season would impact the economy, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed an executive order moving it a week earlier to November 23rd.
What?
Critics called it Franksgiving, and Congress officially moved the holiday back to its current place in 1941.
I had no idea.
Well, we're young. What the hell? And then the first turkey pardon from a president was not established until 1963. So it says, while claims have been made that Abe Lincoln and Harry Tubman were the first presidents to pardon Thanksgiving turkeys, the credit belongs to John F. Kennedy, who spared the life of a 55-pound gobbler
Holy crap.
in 1963. He said, we'll just let this one grow. It's our Thanksgiving present to him. The impromptu turkey reprieve was just days before Kennedy's fateful trip to Dallas. While Kennedy was the first to send a gift turkey back to the farm, it was President George W. Bush in 1989 who began the annual White House tradition for the official pardoning of Thanksgiving turkey. I'll be honest, I just learned a lot more about Thanksgiving than I
did
ever
too,
would have
but I feel like
imagined when I first stumbled across that website.
I'm definitely forgetting about half of that stuff
Oh,
tomorrow.
I'm definitely forgetting a lot of that, but that's still very cool to
Yeah, it's
know.
kinda cool.
I had no idea. So football was older than I realized.
I knew.
The date's been moved a bunch.
Yeah.
Lincoln was the first one to make it a national holiday. Washington was the first one to kind of make it a thing in general.
Tradition, I guess.
Sorta. Yeah, it was like an unspoken tradition.
Yeah.
And in basically both cases after war.
Yeah. And then football.
And then football.
Like Yale.
And then parades. And Santa Claus.
And pushing it back because of Santa Claus.
Yeah, you got to spend your money. That's I've
good
never
one.
would have. I mean, I guess I kind of see what
I mean,
he's
at this-
saying, but that's still very
Honestly, nowadays
random.
everybody has a Christmas tree up most of the time. So
Well, true, but that's just, wow. You guys probably don't give a shit, but I actually found that kind of interesting.
it's kind of cool.
There's more to that than I actually ever knew.
Huh. Well, I got some interesting facts.
Well, now you have the big hat, and I'm scared.
I'm taller than you. Well, I've
we're-
always been taller than you. You're short.
What? We're about the same height now,
Well, what are you?
like 5'10" and a half.
Bitch, I'm 6.
Nah.
Yes.
I don't think so.
I just got measured.
I just got measured.
Yes. Okay, actually.
All right. So I think I got historical facts. What facts do you have for me?
So,
Unless you're going to test me on trivia.
Do you want to do that or do you want facts first?
Ooh. Well, what if the facts answer some of the trivia? Let's do the trivia first. We'll
The
see.
questions?
We'll see how. Yeah. Let's see how good I am with Thanksgiving.
First question's coming off strong.
Okay. Sorry.
How much did the world's most expensive Thanksgiving dinner? How much was it?
How much did it cost?
Yeah, how much did it
I don't even know what. I don't even know what the context would be, but I'm gonna say 3.7 million.
No.
Oh.
It's just below 200,000.
Oh. I thought like I don't know. I was like,
That's
did
a lot of fucking money for for
well,
food.
I didn't know if like someone held like a giant party, like a celebrity.
$181,000.
I mean, I'm not saying that's small, but I was thinking like, I don't know.
Damn.
I'm over here like shooting for the moon.
Okay, that one's kind of a dumb question.
Okay,
But yeah.
okay. Ask me another. I'm ready.
That's dumb too.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. I got this.
Which cities Thanksgiving? Oh, you're not getting this.
No, I got it.
Which city's Thanksgiving Day parade ends with Santa Claus getting a key to the city?
Key to the city?
Yeah,
Is it a large city?
it's fairly large. Yeah, it's pretty large.
Key to the city.
1924.
So
when it
it's
started.
so it's not the Macy's Thanksgiving parade.
Mm-mm.
So it's not in New York City.
Mm-mm.
So, I feel like it's obscure. I'm gonna guess. How obscure is it? Obscure?
It
do I have a
depends
hint?
where you're thinking.
Do I have a
of.
hint? Can I have a hint? I mean, I could throw out a city, but I could be like way.
It was
way
in
off.
the same year as the Macy's Day Parade.
Oh, is it Philadelphia?
Mm-mm.
Oh, was that close?
You're pretty close. Detroit. I mean,
Oh, Ohio. Okay.
yeah. So,
Huh.
Or
wait, Detroit's in Michigan. I said Ohio.
oh yeah, you're
Yeah. What?
But I mean, like,
Okay.
still.
Okay,
The
yeah.
Detroit Thanksgiving Day Parade has been an annual tradition since 1924, the same year as the Macy's Day Parade.
Oh.
It's a 2-mile parade which was started by Hudson Department Store. Takes place at Woodward Avenue and ends with Santa Claus stepping off the final float in front of Hudson's to accept the key.
Interesting. Yeah, I never would have known that.
Yeah. Ooh, that
Ooh,
sounds good.
you got one?
According to the Book of World Records, how
Mhm.
much does the heaviest turkey on record weigh?
Well, it's more than 55 pounds.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't. Turkeys are dense. So, how big is a turkey? I'm gonna say heaviest on record.
Yeah.
72.5 pounds.
It's a little more.
Oh.
86 pounds.
Oh, damn. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a very big. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was higher than I was thinking. 86.
It was a turkey named Tyson who weighed 86 pounds. Was sold at a charity auction in London in 1989 for about $6,692.
That's an expensive turkey.
For comparison, a
80.
typical Thanksgiving turkey usually weighs around 15 pounds.
Yeah, that's
So,
why.
like-
That's why even the 55-pound one, I was like, damn, that's ridiculous. That's why I'm like, I don't feel like turkeys are that big. Like I'm thinking like I know like you can get like Thanksgiving turkeys depending on the size, and you can get like 25-pound turkeys. I'm not. I was never thinking that high.
86 pounds.
I thought it was stretching it was
that's
70s.
huge, yeah.
That's insane. That's like almost as heavy as Diesel. Think about that. Diesel, get back in here.
Dang.
Okay, you got one?
This one's kind of just interesting to me.
Okay, I'm ready.
What town canceled Thanksgiving because they couldn't make pumpkin pie?
It's a place in Massachusetts. I've read that I read that fact last year, but I can't remember the town. Does it start with the C?
Yes.
It's not Cornwall?
Mm-mm.
Cornwell?
No. It's not
Connecticut?
corn.
Uh,
Connecticut.
It is?
Yes.
I thought that, but I was like, I don't know if that's right. Connecticut, Massachusetts?
Mm-hmm. And
Oh my
the other
gosh.
one was Colchester.
Colchester.
Yeah.
I read that last year.
Yeah. It was basically cold weather in the middle of October. It led to the Connecticut River freezing, so settlers couldn't get their usual liquid sugar shipped on time from
So they-
across the pond.
Oh wow. So they couldn't
So,
make their pumpkin
yeah.
pies.
Yeah.
That would be depressing. I mean, honestly.
Oh, somebody actually wrote a poem about it too.
Oh.
Make it believe.
What's your favorite pie?
I would honestly say apple pie. Keep it simple. I like apple pie.
So honestly, I'm not much of a pie guy. I haven't had many a pies, so there's probably a lot that I probably would like, but I'm just very acquainted with my palate.
Yeah, I make apple pie every year. And,
But honestly, a good pumpkin pie is really nice.
oh yeah, pumpkin
re-
pie, which is like a little whipped cream.
Yeah,
Mm.
if it's good, either that or every once in a while like a good peanut butter pie, depending on who makes it.
Oh, as long as it's like very strong with peanut butter.
Yeah, it just
like,
depends.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it can be hit and miss. But
Yeah,
if it's done right.
it's like
Ooh.
like creamy too.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Thanksgiving. I'm gonna gain 10 pounds in a day. I literally
I'm
did that
definitely
last year.
going to.
Dude, I guessed how much I was gonna weigh in the next day, and I was like, I'm gonna weigh 6 pounds heavier than I did the day before, and I was dead on. Dead
Wait,
on.
really?
Dead on the day I weighed.
Should have took a picture.
I mean, I don't know if you would notice much difference, but all right.
I mean, like it's a picture of the scale.
Oh, you
stuff.
got a point. It's probably still on my phone. I could
What
probably track it down.
city is home to the oldest Thanksgiving parade?
The oldest?
Mm-hmm.
So that wouldn't be Macy's then. I feel like it'd be Boston.
Philadelphia.
Oh, damn it. I almost even said Plymouth. Like,
Yeah.
I would have thought like maybe like one
It
of
was-
those.
I mean, hey, you're not too far off. so-
Yeah, dang it. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
That's close. Philly though.
Had
Yeah.
only 50 people, 15 cars, and a fireman dressed as Santa Claus. Parade ended with Santa on his sleigh,
Signifying.
Thank you. The arrival of the holiday season. Today, it's much bigger and called the 6 ABC Dunkin' Donuts Thanksgiving Day Parade. That's a big word. Jeez.
Philly.
Interesting.
Okay, cool. You got any more?
I want to get some. I want to have something like you.
Okay.
How
Okay.
long was the first Thanksgiving?
What?
How long was the first Thanksgiving?
Like hours?
days. Don't look.
It didn't say.
Not more than a week. So don't.
3 days.
Bingo.
Ah! Really?
Yeah, 3 days.
For some reason, I feel like I remember that from elementary school. Like, I feel like that's like deep in there.
So like something they say on the very first day. Usually people forget it,
Huh.
but you don't. Like,
3 days.
That's a lot of
That's a
food.
lot of food.
That's
That's a lot of
insane.
eating.
Dang.
That's a lot of dishes to do.
Okay, what's for breakfast?
More turkey.
Oh.
Corn.
Oh, where you would get this.
Ooh.
What food did the colonists and Native Americans not... Oh, wait. Maybe
They
not.
didn't have turkey.
Yeah. Bingo.
They ate fish and lobsters.
Yep.
Yes.
Hey! Okay. What area of Massachusetts still looks just like it did in the 17th century? I didn't even know this.
What?
That's
What
kinda-
area of Massachusetts?
Yeah, what area of Massachusetts?
What? I don't even know what that means. Like, what is it asking? Like,
Like, somewhere in Massachusetts.
oh, I have no.
Plymouth.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's kind of cool, though. I kind of want to go there.
That'd
now.
be kind of cool to see kind of what it looks like.
Damn.
Still,
I kind of want to go there.
that actually would be kind of cool. But I don't know if I want to now. You know that new Thanksgiving like horror movie's coming out, right? It's all based in Plymouth, Massachusetts,
Yeah,
with a
but-
serial killer.
I don't care.
Stab, stab. Dude, I saw. Have you not seen the trailer? You know, like the corn cob holders.
I haven't seen the trailer. No.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Oh.
Where you're eating sweet corn, the holders, the spikes that you put at the end, so your fingers don't get dirty.
Oh.
Yeah,
He uses those?
he puts them in someone's ear.
Ew.
Comes up behind them. And
That'll be kind of fun to watch. What president refused to declare Thanksgiving on a holiday? Thanksgiving a holiday.
Andrew Jackson.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Try again.
Well, there's 46 of them.
It's
seven presidents. How many?
before Lincoln.
Before that's what I was thinking. Thomas Jefferson.
Bingo. Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me see why. Let me scroll down.
Yeah. Is there a reason?
Presidents originally had to. Shush. Just gonna turn my mute my phone. Okay. Presidents originally had to declare Thanksgiving a holiday every year up until Lincoln made it a national holiday
Oh.
during his tenure. However, Jefferson refused to recognize the event because he believed so firmly in the separation of church and state. Since Thanksgiving involved prayer and reflection, he thought making it a national holiday would violate the First Amendment.
Huh.
That's interesting.
I feel like I have seen that somewhere though. That's weird though. Huh.
He also thought it was better suited as a state holiday than a federal one.
Oh, that'd be annoying.
That would
Imagine if your state didn't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Eee.
I would.
Thank you, Lincoln.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything you did.
I wonder if you remember this one.
Oh, I got it. I'm ready.
What do Thanksgiving and the song "Mary Had a Little Lamb" have in common?
When you're talking about like her fur being white as snow,
Mm.
your mashed potatoes are just as white.
What do they have in common? It's a person. She helped Lincoln, actually. This is actually
Wait,
interesting.
what?
Yeah, so
I'm so
writer
confused.
and editor Sarah Josepha Hale convinced President Abraham Lincoln to officially declare Thanksgiving a national holiday. After 3 decades of persistent lobbying, the author also founded she also founded the song.
Oh, I was literally thinking like the lyrics of the song.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Wow. That's actually
That's
weird. I didn't know that song was that old either.
Yeah. No, Hale kept at it even after the Civil War broke out, and Lincoln actually wrote the book.
Legislation and everything for it.
Yeah. Just a week after her last letter in 1863,
Wow.
earning her the name of the Mother of Thanksgiving.
Huh.
Oh, I remember that now, kinda.
Oh, have you? I don't know if I remember that.
You never heard of the Mother of Thanksgiving?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
That was cool.
That's kind of cool.
All right. Hit me again.
What wasn't part of the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
What wasn't?
Yeah, this is just completely out of the ordinary. It's balloons. I'm just gonna tell you.
Oh.
I don't think you would ever guessed.
I guess that makes sense though.
Yeah, it does.
That does when you think about it. 1924. I mean, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I wonder when those were introduced.
What, balloons?
Yeah.
Who would come up with an idea with a balloon?
A guy with a balloon company. It was like, guys, you know what would make this even better? Giant balloons that you pay me to make. I'll make it look like Mickey Mouse, I promise.
Oh, okay. What Thanksgiving turkey mix-up inspired what popular meal trend?
What?
It was frozen TV dinners.
I knew that was the answer, but I was confused by how the question was stated. Yeah, I knew it was something to do with that, where people were like leftover meals.
Mm-hmm.
And they did that, and then someone came up with the idea with frozen dinners.
Ooh, okay.
Do I need to
You have
think
to
hard?
think about this.
Okay.
What percentage of Americans actually eat turkey on Thanksgiving?
I think I remember this last year, and it was higher than I expected. Because I was like, how many vegans are there? It's in the 90s, I think.
Just below 90.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say 88.
Yep. It's
Really?
88%. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I read that last year, and I thought it was, in my head, I guess like 60 or something. Because for some reason I was like, well, there's a lot of vegans and shit. No, not really.
Yeah, not compared to everybody else.
Yeah, no, there's not. Well, because
like,
in my head I was thinking like, I don't know, maybe Buddhists, and like maybe they don't eat turkey on Thanksgiving, or if they even celebrate it.
How many grams of fat does the typical American eat on Thanksgiving? Just fat alone.
312.
No, it's below 300.
Oh.
229.
Dude, I eat 120 typically a day.
Oh, really?
That's not that bad. Like, well, that is quite
That's just fat.
That is
dude.
a lot. That is a lot.
That's just straight up fat.
Yeah, but I mean, think of what you're eating though.
Yeah, true.
I mean, like gravy.
How much?
Like that's
True.
yeah.
I was thinking about turkey and like how much?
Yeah, there is, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, makes sense.
Huh. That's wow. That is a lot.
Interesting. Not gonna say that though.
Because I mean, yeah. What's that? I'm going real nerd. I'm trying to think like what's the average calories per gram of fat? It's like 6, isn't it?
Do you remember the? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Do you remember the turkey trot? 2011.
Maybe. I don't know what. I feel like I recognize the name, but I don't know why. Turkey trot. Is it a dance move?
It's a trot.
Oh.
Right when I asked the question.
Turkey chat. Turkey chat.
Wait, okay.
Chat.
Nah. Whoa. Okay, there we go. What happens to the turkeys that are pardoned by the president each year?
Don't they just go back to the farm?
Yeah.
Okay.
The turkeys.
They still get eaten, but
The
next
turkeys
day.
pardoned by the president go on to live fulfilled out lives.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they just.
They don't even die.
What, do they get their own pin like every
Oh,
year?
no.
There's one more turkey.
Oh, you're a good boy. You stay alive until you die.
I'd eat them.
Okay. You have to think really hard about this.
Okay. Yeah, give me like 3 more.
Do
Then we'll move on.
turkeys actually gobble?
I'm trying to think of like turkey
The
noises.
first one was better than the second one.
No. No. Yes. No. Yes.
Only males.
Oh, that makes sense actually.
Yeah, that actually does.
Huh. Well, you never know. We need to find a wild turkey.
Just wild turkey.
Bring
Okay,
him
I'm
on.
gonna
Here.
go to the other one just so we can mix it up.
Oh,
a
the
little
facts?
bit. Yeah.
Oh, you
Okay.
want me to do a few stories before you do that?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Go right ahead.
Let me. So I honestly, I don't even know what these are. I saw one and I was intrigued. So we'll just read through a couple of these. These are supposedly Thanksgiving stories that have happened to people on Thanksgiving that BuzzFeed has collected. So this is number 1. They're very short. So, one glorious Thanksgiving, my mom and aunt decided to try edibles. Naturally, they made the rookie mistake of eating another after only 15 minutes because they're not doing anything. Fast forward 2 hours, and my mom is in a full panic mode about whether or not local ducks she feeds daily will starve overnight because there's no way she's in any fit state to go out and feed them. And my aunt is waking up my uncle every half hour asking him to tell her whether or not she's still breathing. I just saw like 3 words.
I was not prepared for that whatsoever.
I saw 3 words and I was like, I gotta read that. I don't like. Okay, so that's number 1. Let's go to number 2. This no, not that one. That just seems boring. They're not as good as number 1. Okay, number 2. During a childhood Thanksgiving, my mom's candle caught the kitchen curtains and some decorative greenery on fire. My sisters, my cousins, and I were at the kids' table in the kitchen while the adults were in the dining room. So no one with significance noticed anything except me. Before we started eating, my mom threatened us with with pain of death if we annoyed the adults during dinner. So, when the fire got out of hand, I quietly walked in the dining room and stood there silently for a minute or two until someone noticed me. Only then did I politely say, sorry, but the kitchen's on fire. Okay, this is better than I thought, actually.
This is great.
All right, I love things. Honestly, though, it's because you gotta think about it. Christmas is similar, but Thanksgiving is one of the first holidays of the year. It is typically probably the first holiday of the year where you basically have all of the family together. Yeah. So there's always crazy shit that happens.
We have a story too that I could tell.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna have to, because I don't think I have any significant Thanksgiving stories.
It's kind of funny. So
besides seeing my,
that could go a lot of different ways. You just ended a sentence that you should never have.
No. So my grandpa and grandma got divorced, and grandpa eventually remarried. One Thanksgiving, during the "What are you most thankful for" portion of dinner, my not so well grandpa stood up and declared he was regretting letting my grandma divorce him, and that it was the biggest mistake of his life, right in front of his new wife.
What?
This is why I don't do "What are we thankful for," because I'll just be like, living. like that's he didn't even answer the question correctly. That's just, he was talking about his regrets.
Dang.
Poor old lady. All right. Got another one for you. A family friend who happened to be lesbian thought it would be a good idea to carry at least 20 plates across the living room before Thanksgiving dinner. In a shocking surprise to no one, she dropped all of the plates onto the floor. Then my grandfather, who barely knows this friend, says the most infamous words in our family's history. You ready? I'm gonna look you in the eyes when I say, you know those lesbians, slippy fingers. Slippery fingers.
You messed it up.
I love that. I'm just going to keep going at this point. All right. Mom always has a specific menu planned out for the holidays. And every year, my grandmother brings a not very good mac and cheese. Sounds like my family. That my mom never asks her to bring. One year, my grandmother brought her mac and cheese per usual, and my mom refused to bake it or even serve it. She kept saying, we already have a cheesy carb. And tried to say we don't have enough oven space, even though we had the entire second oven that wasn't being used. There's always that controlling family member at Thanksgiving.
Oh, I wouldn't want bad mac and cheese during Thanksgiving.
No, yeah, but I've had it. It's not great. You want a good mac and cheese for Thanksgiving.
Like, I just saw something today. It was like, you need at least 4 years into the baking industry and like 2 years perfecting mac and cheese to bring it to Thanksgiving. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of true.
Yeah, to make a really good, you gotta bring a good one.
Yep.
A few years ago, my brother and I were tasked with making centerpieces for a Thanksgiving table. Honestly, We really made beautiful pieces, primarily featuring fox leaves, but not like an animal fox. I don't know. Apparently something. Well, during dinner, real candles were used in the center of them. Resulting in many fires all along the tables. Halfway through dinner, nothing like a bunch of incinerated fake leaves to make you realize you fucked up big time. Oh, I think it meant to say fake, featuring fake leaves, but it must have auto-corrected. Oh, this sounds interesting. We referred to this as the Thanksgiving from hell. That's how it starts. That's the first sentence. I was sleeping on the floor. House was full of relatives, and I woke up to my aunt screaming bloody murder from the bathroom. She was taking a shower, and the plumbing backed up through the tub. It was quite literally shitty water. She had to shut the water off and finish the cooking at several different neighbors' houses. To make matters worse, we couldn't reach a plumber until the following Monday. My uncle was staying at a hotel and wouldn't let a single one of us use his room to use the bathroom or shower. We had to take carloads of family members to the literal gas station to use the bathroom. So I went back to college all gross from days of no showering.
Oh,
wow.
No.
This is okay, this is gonna be good.
You can read now.
Beyonce.
I get it.
Okay. Back when I was a kid, I thought it would be the funniest prank to put a rubber chicken in the oven on Thanksgiving. My mom would laugh and laugh. Ho ho ho, there's a rubber chicken in the oven. Ho ho, why ho ho ho. What a gag. 13-year-old me didn't realize that normal adults usually preheat the oven before putting in the turkey.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
We all know how that went.
So this was back in the 80s, aka no Google. We finished our Thanksgiving dinner and everyone was cleaning up. Somehow a button broke off the dishwasher, so my grandfather grabbed some super glue to fix it. He ended up gluing his hand to the door of the dishwasher. The adults tried to free him to no avail. So my father had to quite literally dismantle the dishwasher door with his father's hand super glued to the front of it. He carried the door with my grandfather attached to the back of our station wagon and brought the conjoined duo to the local emergency room. They waited for several hours, only to set free by a nurse who happened to have nail polish remover in her locker.
I'm confused. What kind of super glue did he have?
And why was his hand on the door?
I know.
It must have been one of those situations where he didn't
like,
mean to, and it got on his hand. He leaned up against it.
Or he had to like hold it on, I guess.
And
but damn,
that's a grandfather thing to do for sure. These are very short. Okay. About 2 years ago, we had my mom's brother and his family over for Thanksgiving. I loved them. So sweet, so funny, but they were secretive within their own family and never ever shared personal details with each other. That was it. What? That's not even a story.
That's it?
That's it? I'm disappointed. Wow. Okay, here I'll do these next three and I'll call it because they're not very long. My husband was an only child of divorced parents. His father loved me, but his mother couldn't stand me. To be clear, the woman couldn't stand anybody. She was a horrible person. On this particular Thanksgiving, we'd been married about 6 years. My mother-in-law cooked a nice turkey dinner. We sat down to eat. We filled our plates, and I had one forkful of food in my mouth when my husband asked my mother-in-law what she'd like for Christmas. Oh, why is it like separate? And then it says, my mother-in-law looked directly at me, pointed her fork at my face, and said, well, I don't know why you bother asking me, because since you married her, you never buy me what I want anyways. My husband put his fork down on his plate and carefully stood up and said, Fine. Then you don't need her sitting at your dinner table. We're leaving. And we got up and left Thanksgiving dinner. It took her 2 entire days to call and apologize. I was like, is that it? It just cut off. Okay.
Dang.
All right, 2 more. My mother and grandmother had restaurant reservations on Thanksgiving last year, but very last minute. My sister, however, convinced them to go somewhere else, of course. Somewhere else. Of course, this means no reservations, but my sister is convinced that it will be fine, and they might just have to wait a few minutes for a table. Mind you, I live in another state, so I get to experience what I'm about to tell you from a distance. They ended up sitting at a bar while waiting for a table and have a few drinks and apps. After a second round of martinis, my mother looks over and my grandmother is leaning back in her chair, completely limp and unresponsive.
Oh no.
Everyone freaks out. Paramedics are called and my grandmother's rushed to the ER. I'm 1,200 miles away when my mother calls me to tell me what happened. At this point, my grandmother is at the ER, still unresponsive, with crazy low blood pressure and a very high heart rate. I'm ready to book plane tickets and rush to the airport when my mom calls me back and says, "Don't worry, everything's okay. Your grandmother was just drunk. Just got drunk. Her blood test came back completely normal except for a blood alcohol content of 0.20, 3 times the legal limit. My grandmother is 90 years old, about 4'8" and 100 pounds. She hadn't eaten anything all day because she knew they were having a big dinner, and she also ordered another martini while no one was looking for. So the second martini was actually her third.
Oh no.
Man, people's Thanksgivings are a lot more entertaining than mine.
Dude.
I need a new family. We'll see. Hopefully I have some good stories this year, considering I'll be on vacation. All right, hopefully this last one's pretty good. Being the gay Martha Stewart wannabe that I am, I hosted Thanksgiving for years, dutifully preparing everything from scratch. It was stressful, so one year I told my older sister that it was her turn to do it for once. She glibly mentioned how easy it was, gave me a passing glance that I took to be a dig. Next thing you know, her husband is carving the cooked turkey and he feels something strange. Lo and behold, he reaches into the neck cavity and pulls out a bag containing the neck, liver, giblets that was clearly never removed. My sister looks at me and asks, "What's that? How was I supposed to know that was in there?" We all laughed hysterically and gave her a very self-satisfied grin, and I never let her live that down.
Ah, jeez.
Dang. Wow. I actually like these. I could read these on my own. I want to find one more. Okay, what's this one? Well, all right, last one. My dad had an allergic reaction to a shrimp cocktail before dinner, and his face blew up. He refused to come out of the kitchen or sit at the table with us. He was just eating his food in the kitchen, trying to act like things were totally normal, like yelling out, "Hey, good mashed potatoes this year, huh?" Meanwhile, my mother is angry, crying at the table, telling us just eat our fucking food that she worked all day on. All of us kids were just really very scared and very, very confused. My sister started crying because things were so weird and no one wants to eat because there's so much tension. Eventually, my mom convinced my dad that she needs to take him to the ER. My high school senior brother took the bottle of wine and shared it with 7th grade me and got me drunk for the first time. My parents came home from the ER to me throwing up on the bathroom floor.
That's a great brother right there. Oh my gosh. Dude, this is great.
Dude, these are honestly probably some of the best stories. Here, you do a few. So some of them the story is just the bold. Some of them they're unbolded. I don't know why. So these are amazing stories. I never thought I'd laugh so hard.
Which one did you stop at?
I haven't done 19 right there.
Okay. My mom dominated the Thanksgiving dinner conversation for a solid 45 minutes about how everyone should be drinking their pee.
Okay.
She read in some yoga book about how it cures some infection called Bali belly, I'm guessing,
Okay.
that you get in places like, you guessed it, Bali, but stressed that it's actually just really helpful for all sorts of shit. She went way into detail about how you have to catch it midstream at the first midstream of the first pee of the morning, blah blah. By the end, she was I'm sorry.
What?
How come I reading?
You got it. You got it.
She was defending it so thoroughly that she said she was going to start tomorrow morning. She never did. And now she denies the conversation lasted about more than 5 minutes and insists that everyone was begging her on.
Wow. Huh.
Okay.
You got it.
So this one. My sister and I tend to play fight and roughhouse even as grown ass adults, and we always take it way too far. We were both competitive fighters, so I wasn't hair pulling or the like. It was choke holds and grappling. Since we weren't allowed to close hand punch or kick each other, one Thanksgiving we were both in our late teens, and she came out of nowhere and shoved me into the floor and into the pantry. I being kind of pissed, chased after her and wow, this is worded so weird. Chased after her and double leg takedown her into the whole damn collapsible table full of Thanksgiving food. She goes flying, the food goes flying, and we get cussed out for about 20 minutes straight. Damn.
Oh no. Oh wow.
I feel like me and Noah could definitely.
Yeah.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah. Wow. No, I'm good. I don't want that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, do one more, and then we could.
Okay. One year, my sister hosted Thanksgiving for our entire extended family. She set up the buffet on her glass top breakfast table because it was round and easy for people to walk around while they made their plates. Unfortunately, she forgot the heat plus glass. Disaster. Halfway through the meal, there was a huge boom. The glass table has cracked all the way in half, and all the hot dishes on it hit the ground. Luckily, everyone had already made their plates, but my sister obviously had to get a new table, and it was the only leftover less Thanksgiving we've had. They had no leftovers after that. Damn.
Wow.
That is insane. This one.
This is actually a better idea than I thought.
Wait, can I please read
Okay,
this?
yeah, do this one.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Celebrating Thanksgiving years ago, and my cousins and I were upstairs watching TV while the adults were downstairs cooking.
Been there, done that.
My cousin, who we'll call Max, was notorious for stripping down to only his undies at any possible opportunity. That Thanksgiving, Max decided to strip down to his undies and wrestle with my other cousin. All of a sudden, punches were being thrown, so Max, still partially naked, runs downstairs in front of everyone in only his underwear. Genius kid, right? Anyways, he slipped and fell in the middle of the kitchen. My Uncle Jack, who was holding a hot tray of mashed potatoes, tripped on Max. And spilled them all over his partially naked body.
Oh no.
Cue my grandmother screaming, "Why? Why is my naked grandson?"
Oh no.
Covered in mashed potatoes. And my grandfather replied, stranger things have happened, like when we found about Jack's half sister.
What the hell? Oh, and then it said at the end. So anyway, that's how my uncle's kids found out about their half aunt.
I guess. Oh,
Wow,
that is hilarious. I'm
that's
sorry.
ridiculous. Honestly, BuzzFeed, that's the first thing in a while you've done pretty well. That was awesome.
Dude,
That could actually be from 4 or 5 years ago. I don't care. That's great. I'm actually glad I found that.
that is amazing.
That's
Oh
so
my
much
gosh.
fun.
Send me the link. I'm just gonna read these.
Just all of them.
Oh damn.
Wow. So, all right. Well, before I guess we kind of get close to an ending, what's your go-to favorite, like, Thanksgiving food? What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Desserts or just any? Just go for a meal right now.
Yeah. Honestly, what if you were making your ideal plate right now?
Whole plate.
What is on it?
Turkey.
Go. Yep.
Mashed potatoes.
Mhm.
Gravy.
Yep.
Rolls, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And Katie makes like some Texas Roadhouse butter.
Okay.
Put those on the rolls. Mac and cheese.
Yep.
Why am I spacing? Why am I spacing? Ah. Oh my goodness. What's it called?
Stuffing?
Stuffing. Thank
Yeah.
you. I don't know why I spaced. So,
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, mine would probably go turkey,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little bit of ham. Because sometimes I
Mhm.
double up just because I want a little bit of both. Maybe a little bit of gravy even
If I
on
go
the
for
turkey.
seconds, then I get ham.
See, I'm typically a white gravy guy, but Thanksgiving's always like a brown gravy. Like that's just what you make.
Oh yeah.
So it's like get some gravy on the turkey because sometimes it's dry.
True, I guess.
Get mashed potatoes for sure. Stuffing 100%.
Oh,
A little
yeah.
bit of mac and cheese. Not a big fan of green bean casserole. That's never necessarily my
never
go-to.
get it, no.
But like it depends on who makes it. But have you ever had corn pudding or corn casserole?
I've heard. I think I
Corn
have.
casserole
but
can be so good. It depends. Sometimes
Okay.
it's not there, but like if it's there, that's on my plate, 100%. And then for dessert, it's 100% probably a big old slice of pumpkin pie with like nice fresh whipped cream from the
mine's
fridge.
either because Katie makes Buckeyes too,
Oh,
so it's either like 3 of those and like maybe like that's afterwards. But
see, I think if
always a slice of apple pie with
Wow.
a scoop of ice cream.
wow, okay. Oh, a la mode.
Vanilla ice cream. Of course.
See, so you want to know one thing that I wasn't expecting? Like, do your families ever do like appetizers, sorta like appetizers, snack
No,
foods?
Not really.
So like if there's anything, it's not much. It might be like cheese and crackers. But my uncle last year did smoked cream cheese. So he smoked cream cheese for like 6 hours in a smoker, different flavored cream cheese, and then he had jalapeno jelly. So good. I hope he makes it this year, but I doubt it considering we won't be at his house. But between that and then he also made jalapeno poppers. But like, you want to know what he did? It was ridiculous because this was an appetizer. It was a good thing because it took forever to get food last year. But I mean, it was kind of worth the wait. It was basically a jalapeno wrapped in ground beef, wrapped in bacon. It was ridiculous.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm looking forward to see what happens this year. I think honestly we should take a picture of each other's first plate put together. Ideally,
Okay.
send it to one another, and maybe even put it on the Instagram, and they can try voting who had the better
Okay.
plated
I'm down.
plated meal.
You're gonna have to remind each other. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're probably gonna forget this.
We might, because we might just start eating. Try to remember. We'll text about it. I'll be.
See, I could put it in my phone as a note, but then
Yeah,
again,
do it as like a reminder for like. Well, it depends on when we eat, because I mean.
I know where I'm gonna eat.
No, like when, I guess, like time of the day, because it's like
When are
some
you-
people. Most of the time it's lunch, but some people do
ours
dinner.
is like around 2.
Yeah, so some people do dinner. Like last year, dude, we didn't end up eating till like 6. It was terrible.
I'll put
Dude,
it
my
in as the
food's-
morning,
Okay.
and then I'll text you that day.
Yeah, and then we'll
And
remind
you-
each other. Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
So yeah, if you guys don't know, yeah, we'll have to we'll have to send that. But yeah, I don't know. Like my go-to, I don't know what it is. I couldn't live without though at Thanksgiving.
Mac and cheese for me. Mac and cheese.
Sometimes like, but for me sometimes.
I'm sorry.
If you have really good mashed potatoes, like
see, I'm not a huge mashed potato.
it just
guy.
depends. Like or
I'm really
sometimes
not.
cheese potatoes. Some
Never
really
had
good
'em.
homemade cheese potatoes
See,
can be really good.
Katie, she makes the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
She makes the best mac and cheese. So
Oh.
that's why that's my go-to.
Gotcha.
You cannot live without mac
You want to
and
know
cheese.
one thing? I would really love to go to like the UK and have like like their form of Thanksgiving, which most of the time that's like Christmas. That's like their big meal.
Yeah.
But like their pigs in a blanket is sausage wrapped in bacon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
I mean,
Why is
go
it
to
not
the-
a thing
Go to
around
the
here?
store.
I know, but like that'd be amazing. Like
I'm so full, but I can have like 10 of them.
I know because they're so small. They're
know.
so little. Or like there's something else, but I'm blanking on the name. I know it's not very Thanksgiving themed, but we can talk about that some other time.
Okay.
No, like guys, let us know down in the comments below. We might even pin a comment like, "What's your favorite Thanksgiving food or item?" Let us know. Also, just a reminder, because I think this might be about the end of the podcast, anyways.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know if they know this. I like hearing from our listeners.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys want, be sure if you're on Spotify, you can watch on Spotify. You can leave a comment on the post. We always have a Q&A on every one.
Yep.
So you guys can kind of respond in whatever way. You don't even have to answer the question. If there's something you want to ask or tell us on there, go ahead. Comment down below. And even if, honestly, we haven't done this a long time. Technically, you were the one to do it. You were one of the first ones. If anybody has Anchor or downloads Anchor, you can actually send us voice memo questions that we can respond to and put into the podcast.
Forgot about that. Yeah. We should
So,
do it.
well, I think that we'll call it for our Thanksgiving special, our Thanksgiving edition episode where we're pilgrims, I guess, when we should have been
Yes.
Spaniards. I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows?
And they never ate turkey, so it was a
sure.
lie.
It was a lie.
Well, I hope you guys have a great holiday, and we will see you guys all in December.
Yeah. Eat a lot.
Eat a lot of food. Gain 10 pounds. It's worth
Yes.
it. Just one day.
Yes.
Then maybe go on a long walk.
Jim.
Just walk it out. Gym might kill you.
Very true. Don't have a heart attack.
Yeah. Don't throw up at the gym.
And do not get drunk before Thanksgiving like that grandma did.
Yeah, don't do what the grandma did. 0.24. That's pretty bad, guys.
That's really.
Take it easy on Thanksgiving, but have a good time.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
See ya.